How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to some real talk. I think I got the microphone working right this time. For some weird reason, if I do just a webcam video, it will make the quality of the pickup weird. It changes the quality of it, and it sounds like I'm in a really damp cave. I don't understand why it does that, but like once I start it back up, it's fine. But either way, welcome. As you can see, there's nothing there this week, but hopefully by the next time I do Real Talk, there will be a photo of. I bought a print online. I was pretty excited about that. I wanted to go ahead and let you guys know firsthand because the next time we have Real Talk, it will be right there, right behind me. So you'll go ahead and see it, and I'm not going to tell you what it is yet because it's going to be really exciting for all of us to see. First off, I wanted to start this off because I just saw the Suicide Squad trailer yesterday, and I gotta say, I was really pumped up. I never thought I would be excited to see a bunch of supervillains play as heroes in a way. It's like a group of anti-heroes, pretty much. It's like all Batmans. Batman apparently is in it. I don't know if Ben Affleck is going to play Batman or if they're going to do like some guy that's heavily masked and we have no fucking clue who he is. I didn't look on IMDb. I probably could have. Just didn't feel like doing it. But the biggest discussion that I wanted to talk about was Jared Leto as the Joker. Now, a lot of people are very upset. I loved him. I know that's gonna piss quite a few people off. I don't know if anybody that views this will hate, but I'm actually really excited just because I've tried making this point. I think I even commented on the official video. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I know that I said, you know, everybody talks about Heath Ledger. They're like, "This is the best Joker ever." Not to diminish his work, he did really great. I really loved the Dark Knight movie. One of the greatest movies of all time. I'm not gonna say anything bad about that. He was really great, and what he left was an amazing product. But Jared Leto has a different take on the Joker. It's a different perspective. It's more of how I personally, because I studied psychology since I read The Interpretation of Dreams by Sigmund Freud when I was 14 freaking years old. So it's about over 12 years of psychology studies and experience. And psychologically, that was who I would imagine the Joker acting as. And everybody's like, well, there was only 10 seconds of the Joker. How would you know? Facial expressions, eye contact, there's body language. That's what I specialized in psychology, was body language. And you could just tell that, you know, he really sold the product. He really looked into your soul when he said his lines. Everybody's like, it was only 3 lines. How he said them, the way he said them to that person, that whoever he was torturing, and his facial expressions right at, because he said, "Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you really, really badly." You see, my eyes widened. I smiled, a really demented smile. It was really good. I bought it. I was like, this is good. And the sad thing is, though, is he's not even supposed to be, if I remember correctly, he's not supposed to be like the main show of it. But I know everybody's talking about it because Heath Ledger, and, you know, that's fine. If you want to keep comparing, it's your loss. I'm not, you know, going to knock anybody down. I'm not going to talk smack about Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was a great actor when he did an excellent job on the Joker. No doubt about it. It was a darker, more serious side of the Joker. And this one is more, he's dark, but he's not as dark. He's more twisted. He doesn't want to kill you. Joker, a lot of people don't get this. Joker is a person that wanted your attention. Remember the class clown from middle school or high school? That is your Joker. Not the, you know, the person's going to graduate and end up, terrorizing cities or whatnot. But the point is they did it for the attention. And when they didn't get attention, they acted out. And that's pretty much what the Joker is. People weren't paying attention to him except for the Batman. So who is the only person that he's never really hurt directly is Batman. He's hurt him indirectly. He killed Jason Todd. Well, supposedly there's a huge bunch of series about what happened to Jason Todd. Some he said he died by a crowbar, and some say he became the Red Hood. All that other stuff. Whatever happened, Joker did it to hurt Batman indirectly and to basically get his attention. That's what the Joker does. He gets your attention. That's what he wants. Heath Ledger's Joker was not that Joker. He was just a murderous thug who just was smart enough to come up with but he came up with elaborate plans, somewhat elaborate. And it's kind of funny because there's even a scene in it where he talks to Two-Face and he says, "I don't do plans." But a lot of the stuff he did was extremely elaborate. That heist in the very beginning, very elaborate planning. So telling people that you don't do plans, but then you go ahead and do plans, a little inconsistent there. But I digress. Either way, he still played an excellent type of Joker. And it's just like people talk crap about Jack Nicholson and all such. Nicholson in his own right was pretty good. I mean, I've watched Batman movies and shows since I was a wee little tyke. I loved Batman. That was my movie. And the animated series, I watch that all the time. I've watched it for over 20 years. Well over 20 years. And to see all the different types and developments that they have come. We have come so far in terms of character development and a lot of things. It's not just Batman. I don't know about Superman. I don't know about Superman yet. We'll see in the Batman versus Superman. I heard that the new Batman with, who is it, Henry Cavill? I guess he was supposedly really good. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. I'm very skeptical of it because, it's a lot like the Batman movies. You had a lot of misses. There were a lot of misses, and Superman has yet to have a good movie since the originals, which was in the 80s. I think it was the 80s. I can't remember the damn actor for the life of me. I know who he is. Like, I've seen his face. He was in Smallville for a short time, and I think that was shortly right before he passed away. God bless his soul. But, I was very skeptical, so I didn't want to go spend the money to actually... I mean, if I could watch it for free, to kind of get an idea of how he plays it. The problem with it is that I have with Superman, and, I'm not trying to knock off the Superman fan base. I can respect people's beliefs on whatever they want. I am the most open-minded person. But to me, Superman was a little too goody two-shoes. It's like, same as DBZ. I used to like Goku at first, but then, as of late, I've really come to like Vegeta more because he has that jaded past. He has a dark past, and he has a reason for doing what he does. And it's more, to me, realistic. I don't know many people who have lived a completely pure childhood and was raised on good values and stuck with it all the way through. I don't know a goddamn person, I'm sorry, that's, stuck to that the entire way. So for me, Superman, Goku, they're not very humanistic, I think, to me. And I guess technically they're not because they're both aliens. But it's odd to see that. I mean, it's great that it inspires people to do that kind of good. But at the same time, reality has to set in. Reality has to kick in, and you have to realize that nobody can be perfect 100% of the time. And I think they kind of did that. There were some series with Superman that came out. I do remember I read that or Superman actually killed the Joker, punched his fist right through the chest, and I think that was an alternate universe Superman. So like I said, the one that the universe that they focus on usually is the one where he's just a complete do-gooder. He does good all the time and all this other stuff. He doesn't have the struggles that Batman dealt with. You know, Batman, he lost his parents by a murderous thug who in some universes is actually the Joker himself. And it jades him. It really changes his personality and who he is. And, you know, it really makes a person, you know, they want to do good, but, you know, you can't follow the rules 100% of the time, you know. And that's one thing I've come to learn even in the past couple of years. In real life, there are times you are going to have to break the rules to try and do what's best. You know, there's no perfect solution. There's no magic bullet that's going to work without some sort of consequence. It's the laws of alchemy. You have to take equal and give back the same amount. It's a give and take of, it's exactly half and half. You always, whatever you put in, you're going to get back equally. So that's a long diatribe that just went on about Joker and why I like Batman more. And, you know, Jared Leto was very, very good. I don't care what anybody else says. He was excellent, even for those 10 seconds. Harley Quinn. I really like Harley Quinn, mostly from the animated series, the Arkham series games from Rocksteady. I love her voice. I don't know what it is about her voice, but they really sell it. You know, I really love how she says Mr. J, and you know, it's just that was my poor attempt at Harley Quinn. I can't think of that actress's name now, but she does an excellent job, and I think they portrayed her very well in the Suicide Squad. I don't know if that actress herself that's in that movie will do that voice. I do remember the part where she held the bat like a gun and she goes, "Pow," and I was like, that's exactly how I imagine Harley Quinn would be. The funny thing is she's a doctor. She was a psychiatrist that helped Joker, was trying to help Joker while he was in Arkham, and she turned herself into, you know, this evil person sidekick of his that he doesn't really, he just uses her, which is depressing a little bit because I really like Harley Quinn. I had a crush on her when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, and to see what they made her into in Suicide Squad was really cool. I really wish that they would have included her into like the Dark Knight series with Nolan, but at the same time I think that's a different series. I think it's Dark Knight series, and I don't think Harley Quinn was in that, so I can understand where they went with that. So I liked Harley Quinn. Deadshot, I didn't really see a whole lot of Will Smith. I mean, it's really weird that they didn't put a lot of Will Smith in. Croc looked pretty sweet. I kind of liked Croc in that. I can't particularly think of all the other ones that are in it, but those were the ones that stood out the most. And Jared Leto was the highlight of the entire trailer. He was the last 10 seconds, and it really stuck with people. I mean, 9gag is talking about it. Everybody's talking about it right now. So that was my 14.2 cents on Jared Leto as the Joker and Batman and all that other stuff. I have so much more to talk about. But continuing on from that, what else is going to happen in the near future is I decided to try and do, I call it Chivo hunting. I wanted to start this as a mini-series. Basically, I go hunting achievements on Payday 2 on solo. There were a few issues with that. First off, I tried doing Here Comes the Pain Train. It was extremely easy compared to Tabula Rasa. I'm sorry. That was probably the greatest achievement to date on Payday 2 that I've ever had, doing it solo. And Here Comes the Pain Train, I couldn't do it. I completed the heist. I did what they wanted me to. Unmodded para submachine gun and an unmodded AK. I did golden AK, I did regular AK, I did all 3 AKs, and it still wouldn't give me the achievement. So I don't know if you have to do that with a team of 4 people or not, but it was extremely easy compared to everything else because I could actually use my skills. The ones that require you not to use your skills are usually the most challenging anyways. The 242nd achievement, I tried that last night along with, I think it was Here Comes the Pain Train. But Here Comes the Pain Train, I didn't get really mad. I got upset because I couldn't complete it. But the 242nd car shop heist achievement was really, really rage-inducing. I think I still have at least some of the footage. I think I deleted a lot of it in a fit of rage because it was just, I cried. I actually cried doing it because I tried for about an hour straight and it was just so frustrating. I even tweeted at fucking Payday. I was so mad. May have been a little drunk, but I perform better when I'm drunk. So I was very upset. You have to know where everything is, and I said that in all of the videos. I said you have to know where the storage room is, where the manager is, where the you have to find out where something else is too. You have to know the exact computer to hack, and that takes 99 seconds. It takes 100 seconds. It takes 100 seconds to hack that, and that kind of works because it gives you time to lay down the C4. And then by the time you get back, I usually have about 20 extra seconds. I can run up, check, and actually I have about 40 seconds to do it. But I run up, see how much time is left, so I know when the counter stops, so I can open the storage room door, get the key, unlock the car, get in the car, which is really, I'm sorry, Payday, that's a little stupid. You should have been able to have unlock and go in at the same time because it takes like 5 seconds to unlock that door and another 5 seconds to get in. I can hop in my car in like 3 seconds flat, unlock it, and all that other stuff. Why they did it that way, I don't understand. It kind of made me mad because that's precious seconds I could have used. And you know what? People are going to be like, that's not going to make much of a difference. I was off by 4 seconds. I completed the heist in 4 minutes and 4 seconds. That's when I lost it. When I just went completely apeshit is when I did 4 minutes and 4 seconds. I was like, I'm fucking done. I'm done with this. I'm not doing it. It made me mad, and I walked away from the game, and I cried. And I'm laughing about it now, but back when it happened, I really did. I just sat here. I just went like this, and I cried because it was just, I'm tearing up right now just thinking about it because it was so depressing. You're like, they're so close. And I did everything right. I knew where everything was. The storage room, everything. I nailed it perfectly. And and what happened was, and I already told Payday 2 / Overkill this, they need to fix the mechanics on the driving because driving that vehicle is not satisfying at all. It is very frustrating. That was my biggest problem. Even when, I missed, I spun out. That's what cost me that time. So, as I say, and I did it on normal. If you do overkill, even very hard or hard, you have less time to get to that 4 minute because my best friend Casey was telling me about this. He said, "Oh, well, they give you 3 minutes and 30 seconds or whatever, or up to the 4 minutes with the point of no return." No, they do not. Overkill, Death Wish are, I think, a minute and a half. Very hard or hard is about 2 minutes, and normal is 3 minutes and 30 seconds, I do believe, or something like that. So on normal, you can get it if you immediately piss everybody off. But if you're trying on hard, very hard, or anything else, you have to at least stealth it for a fraction of the time. So that was something that really that aggravated me as well. But it was very hard. I might try it another later date. I'll probably try to edit together a compilation of my fails, how frustrated I was. Oh my god, I just ranted and raved for minutes at a time. But yes, I'm probably gonna either do Chivo hunting or I was thinking. Sorry, my voice had something caught in it. I was also thinking doing a series called Challenge Me for Payday 2, where you go ahead and challenge me to complete a certain heist or make it complete an objective, pretty much like Chivo hunting. Try to make your own achievement, so that way I could try and complete it. But I actually just saw on Overkill, just throw it again, that they're adding a ninja pack, so that'll be really cool. It comes out Thursday. Today is Tuesday, I do believe. Today is Tuesday, right? Let's check that real quick. Yes, it's Tuesday. So in 2 days, the ninja pack will come out. I'm not quite sure what it'll entail. I will be really excited if they include like a tranquilizer gun. That would be sweet. I mean, I don't really care if they die or if they just get knocked out, but it would be pretty awesome to see something like that into the game to kind of add more to the stealth kind of level, which would be awesome if you could do that and not have to answer pagers, because, I mean, I don't know how the hell that would work out, though, because if you knock them out, they still can't answer the pager, but hopefully Overkill will be able to work something out with that. I have complete faith in them. They do really good work for the most part, except for those fucking cars. I don't like those cars. Those cars are very terrible. But yeah, I can't wait for Thursday and for the Ninja Pack to come out. I will buy it and go ahead and try and do a review as soon as possible. I don't know when my next day off is, so I'll probably go ahead and just upload it the night during and then put it up on my channel the morning after, because I have to edit and custom thumbnail and all that other stuff. That takes time, just letting you know. That takes time to get that done. Even though it may take a few minutes, that's a few minutes out of my daily schedule that I have to do that. So that's something to keep in mind. That's something to keep in mind for the future. Another thing I wanted to talk about, since we're already 23 minutes in, why there is no Archer or Vegeta voice. I haven't done Archer or Vegeta in a while. For starters, Vegeta is very straining on the voice. It really hurts. If you listen to my stuff, like even now, my voice is just scratchy. I drank over a liter of water today already, and it's scratchy. That's probably because of last night me screaming in frustration. But it really does take a toll on the vocal cords, and even Chris Sabat, if you hear him today compared to how he sounded like 12 years ago, it's really straining on the voice to be doing Vegeta's voice, because it's really, really, really gritty and gravelly, and he talks like this, and it's like Jon Snow, except for there's more dirt and gravel in the vocal cords. You kind of hear it. And it doesn't help that they also scream as well. I don't do the screams. No. I'm not gonna lose my vocal cords within 5 years. I mean, I'm in my mid-20s at this point. Jesus Christ, I need to keep them around. But yeah, Archer is a little straining, but it's not actually terrible. But, you know, for Vegeta, it's probably not going to happen as much. Archer, I just don't usually think about it. I just naturally do the voices, you know, whenever I feel like doing them. So it's just lately I haven't felt like I needed to put in an Archer voice or anything like that. Maybe sometime in the future I'll go ahead and feature a very special debonair spy. No, that's awful. But I'm not gonna do face cam when I do it. So, as talked about, challenge me again. I just wanted to go ahead and say, if you have a challenge, go ahead and leave it in the comment below. I'll look over them, and if there's one that I feel like that I could do just barely, even if I have a slim chance of succeeding at it, I might go ahead and at least give it a shot. I remember that I told my best friend when I tried the 242nd achievement that it's impossible. There's no way by yourself. It's very possible. It's just there's a very slim chance of succeeding. So I can do, to kind of give you guys an idea of what you need to make for a challenge, I can pretty much do everything on overkill relatively easily with my builds that I currently have. So if you remove the skill, here's what I'll do. You can either remove the skill or the perk deck or the skill tree. So basically what I'm saying is, if you're going to add a challenge and you want to do it so I'm not regenerating health constantly, you need to tell me that I can't do it with the perk deck grinder. If you want to make sure that if I do have it, it's just going to be an extremely challenging way to do it without the skills. So go ahead, and if you can think of one immediately off the bat, like do the bomb forest in under 30 minutes without grinder perk deck on very hard or higher, or overkill even. I would consider it, but go ahead and leave it down below so that way I know. And we're gonna go ahead and move over to what I wanted most to talk about that happened in the past couple of days. Is PewDiePie apparently made over $7.5 million in last year. That is insane. I couldn't even imagine having that much money at one time. YouTubers today, I'm sorry, it's gotten out of hand. What are you going to do with $7.5 million? Like, why do you need that? So, these guys, they come, and I'm not trying to rip on PewDiePie. It's just, you have to act a certain way. If you're willing to change yourself, who you are at the core, to try and make money, I just go against it in any sense of the term. Like, except for acting, but even then, like, acting, you're passionate about it and stuff like that. And I guess YouTube is kind of the same way, but you're kind of conveying yourself publicly in a different way. What I mean by that is, Markiplier. I really like Markiplier most of the time, just because some of the videos that he makes are very, they seem what I call selloutish. Basically, he just gets very angry at games that, like, me personally, I would never get angry playing those games. Like, they'd be frustrating, sure, but, like, I think it was I Am Bread, where he flipped out and he broke his controller over it. I was like, really? It's a hard game, but it's nothing to get that upset over. It's not like you're trying to get an achievement from the game or anything like that. So, I don't know. It's just, I don't feel, and that's like me personally, I don't want to post the failings that I have now, because I would feel personally like I'm selling out. Like, I'm doing it on purpose just to make money, and that's not who I am. That's not me at the core. I just want to go ahead, play naturally, and do whatever. But, all power to them. You do what you got to do to make a living, man. For me personally, I couldn't do that, because then again, I work a regular job. This is not a regular job. This is, something for fun. This is something to enjoy and to connect with people out there, because where I live now, there aren't many nerds. There aren't many gamers and stuff like that. There's a few, but they're not at my level, I don't know if you can understand that. I mean, I'm not trying to talk crap about anybody locally, because there's like my best friend, he's really good. I mean, we get along great because we're on that level. You know, it's not just some Call of Duty 14-year-old. He's not some 14-year-old Call of Duty kid. It's like you're a fucking noob. You know, we have level headed. We're level headed about it, and we don't try to degrade others, unless they're really dickheads about it, and then we go ahead and do it. But you know, there's not that many people around here that are that way, that play video games avidly and, you know, are decent at them. And, you know, we can talk about it. You know, a lot of people don't like talking about it around here. It's like I don't know. It's like a witch town, or what was that back in the day? You're basically, back in the colonial times, a gamer around in this area where I live, you're considered a witch, and you have to be burned at the stake because it's for the devil. You know, it's you know, it's actually kind of funny because Casey's friend that lives over in Australia, God bless his soul, he was like, "Are you? I'm sorry, I'm gonna try an Australian accent. We'll see if it works." It's like, you guys are Bible Belt? Are you guys very religious over there? It's like 6 churches in a circle. And he's right. There's like 6 fucking churches all in a park circle. Like, any other place, they don't have that. No other place has fucking 6 churches in one condensed area. Like, I think the thing with that is back in the day, we were very community-based society around here, so we knew everybody, and we still do. Everybody knows everybody pretty much, and that's also kind of why I do this channel, because I think a lot of people would be very surprised around here. They were like, you know, I've already told a couple of people, they're like, you have a YouTube channel? Like, really? Why would you do that? Like, I'm just like, because I want to, because I love it. That's what I want to do. So around here is kind of looked down upon. It's not seen as something that's great, or, you know, revolutionary. And I enjoy video games. I mean, it's not the main focus of my life, because I still work 50 hours a week, and you know, I still hang out with my nephew and stuff like that. And I think the problem is with him is he's gotten to that point where he's extremely addicted to it, because it can become an addiction. You know, when I was a kid, I did become addicted to it for some time, but then, you know, real life started to set in, and you had to realize that you have to work first and have your spare time, and then do your playtime, which my playtime was video games. My stepdad looks very down upon it. He does not like it. He hates it with a burning passion. It used to make him so mad. Like, if he ever found, I had to sneak video games. That's how bad it was. You know, and I didn't even play for that long either. You know, I'd play like an hour a day, and he'd get really mad. So, you know, I think there are some parents out there that are that way, very protective. And in today's society, I guess I can kind of understand that now, because a lot of the kids around these days, you know, they play video games all the time, and they don't go out and do anything. You know, I've taken a hiatus from it because I'm working 50 hours a week and doing this channel. You know, I used to weightlift all the time. I think fitness is a very important aspect in everybody's life. I started lifting when I was 14 or 16. 14 or 15, I think, is when I got my weight set for my birthday. And I've used it for so long now. I've gotten my money out of it I've got my money out of it. That's all that matters. Well, my dad, anyways, because I think he got it for me. But fitness is a very important aspect of life for me. I know some people may disagree with that, but, you know, we have a problem with obesity in the world today, and it needs to be addressed swiftly, or we're going to be in trouble years down the road. And I try to push that on my nephew. I try to make sure that, you know, he does his running. He's not going to be weightlifting yet. He's only 8 years old, so I'm not going to push weights on him at least till about teenage years, just because I don't want him hurting himself. I think that was one of the biggest problems I had when I started, was trying to limit myself and not push myself too hard. And that was the thing. I was too ambitious, when it came to that. When I do something, me personally, me as a person, and that's why I do the achievement stuff and things like that. If I want to do something, me personally, I want to be the best. I always have. I've always wanted to be the best. It's something. I just want to be able to say that I am the best at that, or close to one of the best. When I considered going into the military, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do it, I'd want to do special forces. I'd want to do Green Beret. I'd want to be the guy that when shit hit the fan, they were like, we need you now. And I'd be like, I'm on it. But, there are political reasons to why I didn't join the military and all that other stuff that I won't get into. But, that's my attitude towards it. And that's the same way with CSGO. I want to be the best at it. I don't want to just be okay, settle with mediocrity. Back when I was lifting, I wanted to power curl my own body weight, and I'm 210. I might be 215 now. I don't remember. But back in my prime, I was 210, and I power curled 210 pounds. I did it twice, and I threw my wrist out doing it. But you know what? I did it, and that's my attitude about it, and that's kind of what I want to teach my nephew. But he just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand it, But then again, I have an intellect that is highly above average. That's all I'm going to leave it at. I'm not going to give you a number. But, back even when I was a kid, I was very serious about things. I wanted to be the best. I wasn't in shape when I was a kid. It was very frustrating, and, it took a while, but I finally got my shit together and did it. I got in shape. I lost a lot of weight. I didn't really lose weight. I just turned it into muscle. Sorry, I had to crack my wrist. It really hurt. But, I had to get my life together. And I did it at a very young age. I was very serious about a lot of things. I knew that in order, and I was the same way with video games. Even back then, I wanted to be the best at the video games. So, if I died, I would start over. I beat Mario when I was 3. Super Mario Brothers. That's a hell of an accomplishment to have at 3 years old. And I don't know many people that could say that they did that. So, when I died, I got upset, but I'd walk away, go do something else, run around outside, go play in the woods. That was mostly my childhood, playing in the woods. And then I would come in at dark and play video games and then go to sleep. And now I work 50 hours a week, play video games, and go to sleep pretty much. And then spend, 38 minutes talking to you guys. But that I walked away, but I would come back later and I would beat it, and I'd be like, holy cow, I can't believe I did this. It was a sense of accomplishment, and I'm afraid that he won't get that, because he has these games. It's like Super Mario for the Wii. We got the Wii U for him, the Wii. All those we played I've played every single Mario so far. Gotten 95% completed on Super Mario 3D World. That was not easy. And our first playthrough of it, I did most of the work. Like, he didn't do anything hardly. I mean, he's getting better at it though. I mean, he just played Luigi's Mansion, The Dark Moon, or something like that on the 3DS. And he's starting to get it. He's starting to put things together. He's starting to realize that, I can't be there 100% of the time to complete the games for him. So he has to step up and do it himself. Before he would just get mad and throw things and get upset, and I said, you can't do that. I'm not going to play with you if you're going to keep doing that. You know, you have to stick with it. You know, you can't just throw it away and not play it ever again just because you're mad. You know, it's not going to change anything. So I'm hoping that he's starting to understand that, you know, you can't be there 100% of the time. And, you know, you have to I had to play it like, because I didn't have anybody around to complete a game for me. So I kind of had to do the same thing myself. And that's, you know, some people may say I push him too hard on that. But, you know, in the real world, I've never had anybody to fall back on, to be honest with you, for anything, you know. You know, I pay rent for my parents now, you know. I'm just doing what everybody else does. You know, I'm paying rent. I have to take care of myself. Thank God they do my laundry for me, or else I'd wear the same thing for like 3 weeks before having to wash it. I know, that's disgusting. I wouldn't let it go 3 weeks. But the point is, I work so much, I don't hardly have time. So, you know, I still have to do everything everybody else does. You know, I usually eat a lot of takeout though now, so I don't have time to cook. There's no time to cook. There's no time to clean a whole lot. I mean, I could still clean, but yeah, that's something that I think a lot of kids today should be taught is, you know, just because you get mad at a game, you shouldn't just stop playing it altogether or just get somebody else to play the game for you. I didn't have that growing up as a kid. I had to remain consistent and beat the game. I don't know if anybody else has that problem or not. I never really bothered to ask because I don't know. Either way, we're gonna go ahead, and I strayed away from the PewDiePie thing. Either way, congratulations to PewDiePie. It's well deserved. You did what you had to do in the business industry. You know how to implement the tools that are given to you. You implemented them well, and all the best success to you. It's just, you know, same for Markiplier. You know, he's got over 7 million subs now, I think. Something ridiculous. Good luck to him. I wish him the best of luck. You know, hopefully they don't age out and realize that, you know, they wasted all of their time and effort on that and had no backup plan. I hope they have a backup plan. That's what I'm trying to get at. I hope they have a backup plan, because you can't do this forever. You can't be 60 years old, be like, hello and welcome to Chivo Hunters, where I go ahead and I go for the achievement 240 seconds, the one that I tried over 40 years ago. Yeah, so that's not going to turn out very well. You have to click the stop recording button at some time in your life. I'm not quite done with that yet. I'm more of a professional player anyways. I'm not an entertainment type of guy when it comes to this, as you could tell from my commentary and some of this stuff. Unless you get me drunk. Even then, I'm still pretty professional. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm saying, you know, I'm a little more professional about it. I still know the mechanics on how the game works, and I don't sit around and go, what's this? What do I do here? Well, except for Resident Evil. Resident Evil is very, very awful. Played the last chapter for over 3 hours, and I still didn't even get to the end. So, you know, I try to maintain as much professionalism as possible when it comes to playing games. I try not to lose my cool, except for the Until I Rage series with UN Squadron. But I mean, any shooter I play, I know all the basic mechanics and how to play the game, so I'm not bad at it. I know how to aim where a head would most likely be. I think I said that in my Tabula Rasa video. I'm not sure if it was in that or one of the lost episodes of When I Raged on the Achivo Hunter. But you know, a lot of first-person shooter mechanics that I had to learn in CS:GO is you have to learn where head level is on the maps, so that way if you see somebody coming around the corner, you can just pop their head or hope to pop their head. And that's why, you know, in the higher ranks, people tend to do what's called pre-fire, which is you stand over the corner, and if you hear foot movement, you wait a couple of seconds, and then you shoot at that right next to that corner or into that corner, so that way even if you get a headshot, you're still, because it'll lessen the damage going through the wall, but it'll still do damage. I think it reduces it by half or something like that. But still, you do a headshot with that, you're still doing about 30, 40 damage per hit. So if you hit twice, you've already weakened that guy. So unless they just keep standing there, or they back off, or go balls deep, and then they end up getting killed because they're already hurt. But either way, that's one of the mechanics I had to learn recently and to get used to. And same thing with an op. Like you on an op, you can pretty much hit anything on the body, and it's a one-hit kill, except for the legs. I think it's legs. Yeah. But you hit anything on anybody with an op, you're pretty much going to kill them. So that's why they tell you don't go for headshots with an op. Go for a body or torso shot, a chest or torso shot, because it's a much bigger area to hit, and it's going to be an auto kill regardless, even if they have armor. So that's one of the mechanics that I learned. So even if I played drunk, you know, I still remember those mechanics and I can implement them still. So it still gives me an edge up from like normal, I guess I would say normal people, I guess. I don't know where normal is, you know, so I guess casual, I suppose. I guess high, above average than casual. But, you know, I enjoy playing games a little bit drunk because it kind of relaxes you. So after working 6 days a week, you kind of want to relax anyway. So that's the way I figure, you know. I'll go ahead and have a drink with you guys and enjoy whatever comes our way when we're playing a game, you know. If you don't like that, go ahead and let me know. And usually I think I give better commentary when I'm more drunk. So usually I try to have at least one rum and coke in me first. So basically, one last thing before I go ahead and shut this down. There are going to be changes to the channel eventually. I've been trying to get a new banner and profile pic for 2 weeks now. I think it's been about 2 weeks now we're coming up on. I don't know. I mean, the month goes by so quick, but sometimes when I like make a deadline for something, it feels like it takes forever to meet that deadline or to like remember something. They're like, I'm like, oh yeah, that happened like 3 weeks ago. They're like, no, that happened last week. Oh, but I've been trying to get a new profile pic, a new banner. Just trying to see if there's anything else that I was gonna change. I'm probably gonna start I'm trying to make an outro and maybe an intro. I'll see how intro works, but most likely I'll probably put an outro just in case people watch the full video. But I guess that is all I will tell you guys for now, because I've already kept you here for 48 minutes. If you've watched at this point, congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back there. You did good. Thank you so much for putting up with me for 48 minutes. I really do appreciate you taking the time to sit here and listen to a madman ramble about gaming and life and whatnot. So thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!